Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Lime. I know I've not posted in like forever, but here we are. You know what I mean? Like, I can't guarantee if I'm gonna start posting consistently again or if it's gonna be another 4 months. At this point, I'm not defending myself anymore. But anyways, we got a brand new rank season in this like rank 2.0. It is month 3, and we've been popping off. We are top 91 right now. I hit Legendary 2 a few hours ago. I was top 76 when I first hit it. So top 100 stuff, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And anyways, I've been doing a lot of winning, you know. The first game I want to show you is this bow game. This is like the oldest one on my battle log right now, but as you can see here, we are against, I think, 2 people that were stacked because they have the same like emoji and all that. But anyways, I know it's not live commentary, but I just wanted to be able to like focus in, at least for this, and like talk about how I won all these games and all that, how I'm in the top 100 right now, and just how I played to get here. And so the reason I wanted to cover this game in particular is because Bo is just super strong right now. The hypercharge is super, I think people are starting to recognize it, but it's been really slept on. It's been really slept on. It's just the ability to have up to like, what, 8 mines down, because you have your base super and then you can put the hypercharge somewhere else. I didn't hypercharge there, I probably should have, because you can just get it back every 2 bow supers. But I decided to block off that left side because I knew that at least one person was going to be like lurking over there. And the worst thing that can happen on this map is when you have 10 gems and then they just pinch you. People just love doing that. You got one person come through here, you got another person on the left, another on the right, and it's so stressful, and it can just lose you so many games. So if you can like have at least one side locked down as well as the mid, then you're pretty much good to go and good to escape. But anyways, Bo is also just really easy to like, even besides the mines, just like win your matchups. I don't even know how to describe it, but like Bo's attack is just super easy to hit. It's a really basic strafing, not that hard, fast projectiles and all that. But we have a very strong draft. The only thing that I think might be like a weakness is Buster. That's okay, we can work around that here. So as you can see, I go for the kill on Stu, and then I run into the Buster to kill him because I knew that obviously, you can't shoot the shield, but he was low enough that I could be able to burst him down, and then obviously my teammates can 2v1 the other guy. But now we have the first, it's usually around the first 4 or 5 gems you get before like control could shift around, but getting that initial like control to get the first 4 or 5 gems definitely is really important, and then obviously holding it. But anyways, I get hit by this and I go down. I'm not sure if I had a totem there to block, but as you can see, people just get caught in your mines, like especially with the hypercharge. There's too much to worry about now. It's not just 3 mines, you know what I mean? You have so much to worry about, and potentially 8 mines. And then a lot of times I notice people, even in high ranks, will like completely forget where they are. They'll completely forget where you place the mines, and it's just, you can just get immense value, and especially a mode like Gem Grab where it's just all about control. And as you can see, that guy I don't even think I shot him. He just went down to my mines. But some really basic strafing and mechanics here on top of just more mines and more mines and more mines just makes Bo an extremely strong option. And we were able to take this at least 2 stack. I don't know if the Stu is low-key not very good, but down. And yeah, that's gonna be game. So I want to show you guys at least 3 games. So the next game I wanted to show you guys here is this Brawl Ball match. Now, looking at this draft, I think it's pretty even, although honestly, I think I would give it to them. And the reason I give it to them is because they have Griff and Amber, which kind of counters Tara and Frank pretty well. But the difference here is that we have a B, and B kind of counters their whole comp. And thankfully, I'm on B, and that's not even an egotistical thing to say or anything. I'm just like glad that I was on that, because trust me, fellas, you want to be on the carry brawler. Even if you're bad, if you force yourself to be on the like high DPS carry brawler over and over, that's how you get better. It's not playing it's not just holding lane as Amber at Stu or some shit all game and not doing anything. Okay, like, this is how you hard carry games, is taking these carry brawlers and forcing yourself to get better with it. because otherwise you're just not going to be able to effectively carry games, especially in high ranks. But anyways, so besides the little yap sesh there about why you should learn to pick these brawlers, and I know you're gonna say, oh, B is so like easy. I mean, to an extent, it's not that difficult to play, but still, like, I mean, look at this matchup here, right? B would be the difference maker. I mean, Frank can play decent, but Frank and Tara can only do too much there. But the other thing I wanted to talk about is actually right there. So when a team gets like aggressive like that and you're in a 2v3 and you're weak, like you have to go for these shots like I did on Griff there, because a lot of times the enemies won't pay attention if you like shoot the person going for whatever the objective is. Like for example in Pro Bowl, like if they're just one guy, they're sending one guy to go grab the ball to move it up, shoot that guy, because if you can kill him, you basically disrupt the whole like their whole control over the map. But as you can see here, I kind of back myself in the corner and just play as fast as I can. I grab the ball and basically just force them to not be able to convert that. Nice thing about Frank is even though he doesn't really have a great matchup, it's Frank, you know what I mean? Frank can just, he can do Frank things, get his hypercharge, and it's hard to kill him. But anyways, besides a little yap sesh, the like other things to like note here is like, yeah, I mean, other than a Buster Shield, I can just have pretty good control over them. I'm not exactly sure how the draft went, but like if they play this to their best, you know, you're gonna have the Griff just shredding the Frank, the Amber, you know, always killing the Tara pets, and then maybe the Buster trying to catch me off guard. But the key thing here is when you're playing sharpshooters, or like or B or something, I would only recommend B because, you know, don't put snipers on a map like this unless you have some insane wall breaks and stuff. But it's just be careful. It's just be careful, you know. I think this gadget helps a lot with the scouting, but, you know, I'm always worried about where Buster is. I'm always looking for Buster. Okay, where's Buster? Because he's the one brawler that can just randomly pull me, kill me. Oh, they scored. Just like that, right? Just like that. So, I'm always paying attention to Buster. I'm always trying to just be that anchor for my team, because Frank's gonna die a lot, no shit, right? Tara, you know, she can never pop off moments, but she's probably not gonna do like too much. And then she does kind of choke there, which that's okay. I'm not focused on that. I'm not raging at him. I'm just, I mean, I rage at my randoms good now, but I'm just focused on continuously holding control of the map, poking, getting kills, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, you have to be that anchor for your team, and like, when you're not playing an aggressive brawler, you need to be able to hold it down. And once you get good at that, it becomes a lot easier to win these Brawl games. But anyways, this should be a goal here, I believe. Yeah, I just kicked it to the other side. You know, you couldn't have been even with the hypercharge, which he wasted. Fast enough to grab that. But at this point, you know, we have a Tara hypercharge, so it's looking pretty good for us. I'm gonna switch lanes because I see my Frank going down that side. But I just kind of continuously shoot in front of the Amber here because I thought she would try to grab the ball, but she kind of does a smart like stall play there. But anyways, you know, I might be missing, but that's okay. I'm just holding them. I'm holding them as best as I can. I hit some nice shots. And we start to push up. I think Frank gets a nice stun there. The Amber melts me down because it's just Amber doing Amber stuff, right? But the main takeaway, you know, I'm trying to hold it down. I let my Frank do his thing, and I don't let him get punished for dying a lot. So anyways, let me show you guys one more game. All right, we have an absolute treat to show you for this last game. It was this absolutely wild hot zone game that I had, and I'm just gonna follow myself the whole time. We're not following the general. We are just looking at what I did, because I carried the fuck out of this game. I did. And I don't even know what it was. This was just honestly a pretty just good Stu gameplay, but the main thing I wanted to talk about, because I still obviously want to make my content educational, while also, you know, showing some nice highlights and carries. But you know, I'm just gliding around doing my thing. I do get kind of caught by BB there, but like, bro, do you see this? I killed the Bell, I killed the Griff, and my team, we are still down. Like they can't just take down one. Anyways, but I can still give you guys pieces of advice here, because this was like one of the lowest lobbies I played at, even though I was Legendary 1 for some reason. One of them was Diamond. Okay, one of them was Diamond, and it was a mess. I think they were 3 stacking and I had like 2 mythic ones and a diamond, and I'm like, even if they're 3 stacking, if I win this game, I'm getting plus 60, which is the minimum in legendary. Use my hypercharge to kind of juice the bell there. And so I was like, I gotta lock in because this is gonna be like minus 130 and plus 60, which isn't, I guess, that bad, but in legendary that's like the max. So my team, the main mistake they made was in the draft, right? And we have to talk about the draft, not just how to play, because it's honestly arguably it is the most important thing, you know, because in pretty much any level of gameplay, when people are around the same skill level, it tends to be the draft that wins the game or loses the game, because yeah, like if you take 2 people with the same skill, one has an advantage, they're gonna win almost all the time. So anyways, the main thing I wanted to point out is that this guy first picked Fang. And you should never do something like that, because Fang, like, you know, besides the obvious, like if we're gonna break it down, he's just not a general brawler. He is not good into a lot of things, and that's why you shouldn't first pick a tank in general. But some tanks can be OP, like Ollie, right, which I guess can be warranted, or can be. But Fang is not good, you know, he's off meta, so picking something that's off meta and a tank first is just generally a bad idea. And he made this game very challenging for me, and I had to, you know, try my absolute hardest to carry this. And so, anyways, I'm going around, you know, doing my thing. But also my Squeak didn't play well too, but I can't hold these randoms to this expectation, right? They're not going to be good. The one thing that they can be better at, though, even if you ignore mechanics entirely, I mean, for all I know, it could be 12-year-old Jorge playing on his, you know, mom's iPhone 8, you know what I'm saying? But it's the draft. Even he can draft better, so I know you have more than Fang. You literally have to have, I think, at least 12 brawlers maxed out to be above diamond and rank. So what you want to do is you want to max out these general brawlers. The meta shifts, but I think some general brawlers that are just good to have everywhere are like Squeak, Bea, you know, Griff, Piper, Angelo, Chuck, Daryl, Carl. Stuff like that, you know, Stu. And those are going to be playable in a lot of situations. And I just was like, I just got a hard carry on Stu. So I believe I last picked Stu, and I'm just like, I just hope I got my server. I think I did. I had a nice, pretty low ping there, but that's going to be game 2. You know, after winning that game 2, I actually was like, wait a minute. Because game 1, I was like, there's no way I'll win. It's just not, it's not possible. It's not possible. But after that, I'm like, okay, it is possible. I can do this. I just gotta, you know, my Fang was like not useless that game. You know, he had a couple moments, but like he was just completely useless in feeding in game 1. So if he can have his couple moments, my Squeak could do a good amount of damage. I can do the rest of the heavy lifting. You know, I can be gliding around. I can be doing my damage. I can be getting my kills. I can be, you know, hitting my wall breaks and gliding and just doing God's work, right? I just need my teammates to kind of do the bare minimum. I'm going to make it as easy as possible, because that's the key to winning, especially in low ranks. You just have to work your ass off to make it as easy as you can for your teammates, because these teammates, man, like, oh my lord. Like, look, I've dealt with a lot of this stuff, and there is only one thing you could do, really. Okay, the Fang pops off here, so that was like his only good moment during all 3 games. You just gotta pray. You just gotta do your best. Go on a carry brawler and just pray. And that's exactly what I did here, you know. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm saying anymore. We're just riding around. We got the bell low, and then this is where my teammates honestly did a lot better. Squeak should have been doing good this whole time. I'm not gonna lie, Squeak had a pretty decent matchup, you know. Squeak's super strong right now, also keep that in mind. But I'm gonna have to wrap up the video, but I hope you guys did enjoy. Hopefully I start posting again more. I can't guarantee anything at this point. I'm just so guilty of having the worst posting schedule ever. But yeah, I just want to make a little video on this top 100. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.